Hello Sumate, you're welcome back to my channel once again. So here on today's tutorial, I'm going to be making this beautiful short boo butterfly dress with ruffles. So if this interests you, stay tuned please to the end of the tutorial. So I have my fabric here, all right, and this is a leftover fabric. Okay, so I've made a dress from a 6 yard of Ankara fabric. So this is the one remaining, and that's what I'm going to be using to recreate a beautiful butterfly short boo dress with ruffle. Okay, so if this is what you learn to learn, I urge you to stay tuned and see and watch this tutorial to the end. So the length of the dress I'm working with is 40 inches, right? The length of this dress is 40 inches, and I'm going to be subtracting some inches from it. So I'm going to be subtracting 5 inches from 40 inches, and I'll be left with 35 inches. Then that is what I am going to mark. Okay, so I'm going to be marking 35.5 instead. So this 35.5 will be the length, the first length, okay, then plus joining allowance, which is 0.5 inches. So I got my fabric folded into two, and I am going to make sure that I measure all the edges to ensure that I have my 35.5 inches on all sides of the edges. Okay, so that is exactly what I am doing here. Okay, so I'll measure and ensure that I have 35.5 inches. Remember I said the full length is 40 inches, but I'm subtracting 5 inches. Okay, so 5 subtract 5 from 40, you'll be left with 35, and I'm adding extra 0.5 inches to that 35. That is 35.5 inches. So that is what I went on to measure, and I further refolded into two, so making it a total of 4 fold. Okay, that's exactly what I have here. So I am going to be measuring and be marking the lines we'll be working with. So remember, this is a cut together dress, which implies that the shoulder and the sleeve will be cut out together. Okay, so now I measured from my shoulder to my waist, that is the half length, and I went on to rule it. So I just be needing shoulder, waist, and the length. These are just the line we're going to be needing. Okay, so I have my shoulder, my waist, and my length. Then I went all to rule the length, the line for the length, as you can see. And the next thing I'm going to do right now is to take the measurement of my shoulder divided by 2. Okay, so like I earlier mentioned, remember you're going to measure, you're going to calculate what your sleeve length is and add it up to what your shoulder divided by 2 is, and you're going to use that to get your fold. That's exactly what I did. So I marked my shoulder divided by 2, and I have what is left to be my sleeve length. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is, remember this part is going to be closed, like it's not going to be uh slit open. Okay, the shoulder line is going to be closed. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is to mark the length of my back neck, that is the depth of the back neck and that of the front. So the first depth is for the back, while the second one is for the front. So the neck width I'm working with is 3 inches, and the neck depth I mark for the back is 2 inches. Okay, so I went on to connect the back neck depth, and I'm also connecting the front neck depth, which is a V neckline. Okay, so like I said, the shoulder won't be having any joining, hence the reason why that the shoulder line is still remaining folded. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to pick up my scissors and cut out. So measuring what I have here, I have my hip circumference divided by 4 plus about 6 to 7 inches. Okay, 5.5 to 6 inches extra allowance. Okay, so I am going to cut out, and after cutting out, I will open up and cut out the front neckline. So I cut out the back neckline first, and I open up to cut the front neckline and also notch the shoulder line. Okay, so this the part where I place a notch is the shoulder line, as you can see. So let me open it up and show you how I was able to cut it out. So you can see this one here is the part I notched, which is the shoulder line, as you can see. Okay, so you can see the V neckline here, right? Then you can see the part where I also notch, which is the shoulder line. Okay, So that is what I went on to do. All right, so now the next thing I'm going to do is to fold it in a way that I will have the front and back as if I'm going to um fold it back to how it was when we were drafting on it. Okay, so I went on to fold it to look exactly the way it was when we did the drafting. Okay, so that's exactly what I am doing here. All right, so I went on to fold it back, and the next thing I'm going to do is on the part, the hemline, I am going to make some alteration. I'm going to make some reduction. So I'm going to come in by about 1.5 inches to 2. So now I measure my hip circumference divided by 4, and I have 4 inches extra on this down part, and I'm going to connect it to the waist area. This is totally optional. I just wanted the hemline to be like a kind of to have more shape than the hip line. Okay, I wanted it to kind of come together like penciled out, but it's truly not penciled out. I didn't want it to be as wide as the other side. Do you understand? So this is totally optional. If you don't want, then no need for that. So now I'm going to set it aside, and the next thing I'm going to do is, remember that 0.5 that 5 inches, sorry, I subtracted from 40 inches. Remember that 5 inches that will make up the 40 inches. I am going to cut it as a ruffle. Like I'm going to be cutting out this fabric, which I will ruffle to replace that 0.5 that 5 inches that I subtracted. So instead of cutting just 5 inches, I'm going to be measuring 6 inches, so that I'll have allowance to hem one side of the ruffle, the down part, and also the other one to join with the main dress, the main fabric. Okay, so that is why you see I'm measuring 6 inches. Okay, so I'm going to cut this ruffle as long as possible. So I'm going to just cut enough. I will cut very long strip, which we are going to ruffle to get the um, needed ruffle that will be able to go around all the dress. Okay, so you can see I'm cutting on I'm cutting the 6 inches wide ruffle. Okay, so I'm going to cut, and after cutting I'm going to show you what I have, and we are also going to be cutting lining for it. Okay, that is lining piece. So I went on to cut my strip, and I set this aside. So I'm going to be using this lining for the neck of the lining for the neck. Okay, so we won't be adding lining to all the bodies. We're only cutting the lining for the neck, and hence this fabric is not that much. I don't want to use the main fabric for the lining because I don't have enough again, so I'll be using this lining for it. So I am going to place it in such a way that the neckline for the front will be on its own, and the neckline for the back will be on its own. Just see the way I folded it, and I went on to trace the neckline for the front and that of the back. And this part you see here is the shoulder line. This part where I mark is the shoulder line. So I'm going to be marking 3 inches round. Okay, 3 inches round from this neckline. So after marking it, I am going to cut out. So note that for easy wearing and removal, as in for to make it easy to wear and also to pull out, I am going to slit open the back neck. Okay, I'm going to slit open the back neck and fix button there. Okay, so that is why you see me making the neckline for the back this way. Okay, so I came down 3 inches. That is where the slit will end, and I am going to cut out. So after cutting out, I will be adding my stay to it. I'll add my infused stay to it, and I'll be using it to turn the neckline. So I made the opening on the center back to be 4 inches. So you can make yours as low as you want it to be. You can make it 5 inches or even more. It all depends on how low you want it to be. And I went on to cut out. Like I said, I will infuse my stay to it, and I'll use it to turn the neckline. Okay, so I'm going to do that right now. So here is what it look like. As you can see, this is what it look like. Okay, so I will slit open on the main fabric, and I'll go on to slit on the lining piece as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is to go on and use it to turn the neckline just as I mentioned, and I'll show you what we have. So you're just going to place it right side facing right side, and you're going to sew a button holder to attach to one side of the neckline, and you go on the back, on the center back, one side of the center back, and you're going to turn. I know you already know how to do this, okay? So I'll show you what we have. So remember to infuse your stay before turning it, okay? Remember to infuse your stay on your lining piece. So here is the ruffle that I cut out, and this ruffle is very long. So to know what to cut out, you're just going to measure around the whole bodies. You measure the back, the both side, right and left. You measure the two downside, that is the front side of the dress we just cut out, and the back side. You're just going to measure it everywhere round except the shoulder. You measure the both sides and the downside. Whatever I gave you, if you have enough fabric, you can get that times 3 of whatever I gave you, or 4 for a more fuller ruffle. So I went on to make my button holder, and I went on to infuse my stay and turn the neckline, and this is what I have. So you see I infused stay to it. This will make it to have a better and more final look. And I also made a one-time stitch and hem it down with my hemming gum. So I also went on to make my ruffle. So first of all, I sewed one side of this ruffled fabric. I sewed one, like I hemmed the downside, as you can see, and I will also be using this one to combine it. So I went on to do that, and here is what I have. So like I mentioned earlier, you're going to go on to measure all this whole down part. Okay, so I'm going to measure what I have, starting from the center front all the way through the back, and also come back to the center front. Then whatever I have, that is what I will make sure that my ruffle gives me. So by the time we attach it, we will have that 5 inches will subtract. We are going to make up for it. So this ruffle will make up for the 5 inches we removed from the hem. Okay, so I'm going to be attaching this part on the hemline of the front. Okay, then I'll use the other one to round the other side. Okay, so that is what I am going to do, and I will show you what I have after I was done ruffling, attaching the ruffle. Sorry, so remember to hem the down part of this your ruffle before you make the ruffle. Okay, so I'll do that and I'll show you what I have. Okay, so to make this style, you can see is not difficult at all. It's very easy and beginners friendly, so you can give it a try. So I went on to attach my ruffle, and this is what I have. So you can see the plain fabric, I attach it on the front, and I went on to attach other side, all the whole side round, and this is what it gave me. This is what came out of it. Okay, so after this process, the next process is to go ahead to your overlocking machine and lock the inside neatly. You're just going to lock it neatly. You can even do that before attaching the ruffle. You lock the main fabric and also overlock, I mean, all right, weave. You weave the inside of the main fabric and weave the mouth of the ruffle. So you can do that, but mine, I didn't do that. It was after attaching that I now weave it. So the choice is yours. So now to join, what I'm going to do is to secure with my pin, and I'm going to mark the center front. I will mark on the center front to get the center front. Okay, then I am going to show you what we're going to do. So first of all, let me mark the shoulder line, the exact shoulder line, since there's no joining on the shoulder line. Do you understand? So let me mark the shoulder line, since there's no joining to be able to recognize which particular place is the shoulder line. Then I am going to measure from the shoulder to the waist. Okay, so here is my waist, that is the half length. I measured from my shoulder to the waist, as you can see, and I mark it. Then I am going to measure and divide the tape into two to get the midpoint, and here is the midpoint, as you can see. Okay, so I am going to measure and mark my bust circumference divided by 2. So after measuring my bust circumference divided by 2, I'll add allowance. But before then, I'm going to mark just how wide I want the round sleeve to be, the opening, okay, on the round sleeve. That is where my hand will pass through. So for me, I'll be marking between 9 to 10 inches opening. So it depends on how free you want that part where the sleeve will be passing, how free you want it to be. So I initially marked 10, but I felt 10 would be too wide, so I made it 9 instead, because my round sleeve is around 7 inches. That is when divided by 2. Okay, so I mark 9 so that it will be it will be moderately wide and not too wide. So I measured from my center, from the midpoint, my bust circumference divided by 4, and I added extra 1.5 inches to it. So like, for example, if your bust circumference is 38, you're going to measure you're going to add 1.5 inches to 9.5, because 9.5 multiplied by 4 will give you 38. So you're going to be adding 1.5 inches to that 9.5, and I think it should be giving you around 11 inches. And that is what I did on the bust circumference, on the bust area, on the under bust area, and also the hip area. This is because since it doesn't have any zipper, you need to make it free in such a way that you can be able to put it on and pull it off without struggling. Do you understand? So that is what I went to do. I went on to do, because if you make it exactly your exact bust circumference or your exact under bust circumference, you might find it very difficult to wear it because it doesn't have zipper. So after marking the lines, I will go on and connect. Okay, you want it to still be very free, yet go on and make it 2 inches instead. So I went up from the hemline, that is before the ruffle, by 5 inches, so that it can also be easy for it can make, movement easy, can be very free there. I didn't want to stitch it straight down, so that is why I stopped there. So I'm going to take it down like this and stitch it down. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you what we have after stitching it. Okay, so I am going to make sure that I secure properly with my pins. Yes, it is very important, especially as it doesn't have any joining on the shoulder. So I'll go on and do that and show you what I have. So I was done joining is stitching it. As you can see the line here, I went on to stitch it, and here is what I have. So another thing I did is that I went on to add snatching belt to it on the inside, snatching belt, so that if you want it to be fitted, very fitted, especially on the front, you're just going to tie the belt from the inside and also insert my button. And this is what I have. You can see it's very simple, beautiful, and easy to make. So I'm just going to go on to give it a very neat press, and I am going to hang it on the mannequin for you to see what it look like. So this is the final look, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.